how to pay that. It's too fast.
Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today we're going to be setting up the iPhone 7 from scratch. So this is a completely new phone, it's never been turned on. Now what I would like to do is, I would like to get the information off my daughter's old iPod onto the iPhone 7. So she's had this iPod now for about a year and a half, and the information from here I would like to transfer over to there. So when she's doing FaceTime and stuff, then she doesn't have to set it all up again. So I will need obviously my Apple ID and my password to be able to do this. Now let's see how easy it is. So we're going to be putting in the SIM card and then going from the very beginning right the way through, see what's involved. Right, so to begin with, I'm going to have to insert the SIM card into it. So with this, I'm going to need the SIM removal tool, and you get this in the package here. It's just this little tool here. It's shaped like that. If in the future you're looking at this video and you've thrown away the original packaging, then you can always get a little needle to do this. So I'm going to insert it into this little hole in here on the right hand side, and this is where the SIM card's going to go. So I get my tool, and you need to put a bit of pressure there, and then as you can see it ever so slightly comes out, and then that will allow you to take the rest out like that. So if you have a look there with my SIM card here, I'm going to be taking out the smallest one. So it's going to be going this way round because we've got the little cutout here. It's going to be going like that. So I'm going to have to take out the smallest one on the SIM card because this will be for a full-sized, and then the small one, and then the nano one. So I'm taking out the middle section here. This bit here.
Ew.
Right, and then to place it in, I'm going to hold it like that and place it in there. You can see that it's got a cutout, a little 45-degree cut there at the edge. So we need to marry that up with the little 45-degree cut here. And it will just slot into place there. It is a little bit fiddly, but it will go like that and it will sit into place nice and flush. Now when we put it back in, we want to have the hole down towards the bottom of the iPhone. So I'm going to hold the iPhone upside down just to make it easy to hold. And I'm putting it in like that there. So the hole is at the bottom and the SIM card contacts are underneath. So can you see there the gold contacts are underneath? And I'm just going to push that into place like so. Right, so that's the SIM card in. Now let's turn this phone on. This was bought in July 2017. I haven't charged it up, so I'm hoping there's going to be a bit of charge on it. So I'm going to hold down this button at the side here to turn it on.
To install.
And I'm going to go through the complete setup. Now there might be bits that I'm going to fast forward through because you don't want to be just looking at a screen loading up for ages. Right now it's speaking in the different languages to me. Hello, hola. It's saying searching up here. Right, so it's come up with the network already. This particular phone is on a Vodafone network. Right, it says press home to open. So this is my home button down here.
Okay.
I've pressed that, and now it's asking me what language that I want to put in. So I'm going to be putting in English.
That one.
And it says select your country or region. United Kingdom for me. And it says set in language. Right, choose a Wi-Fi network. So what you're going to have to do here is choose your Wi-Fi network. So if you're not sure what it is, you need to go and find your router or router if you're watching this in other parts of the world, and have a look at the back of it, and it will have your SSID. So if you have a look at the back of your router that you get from your internet service provider, so this is your landline based router. Obviously if you haven't got a home broadband service, then you're not going to have a router, but if you do, connect yourself up to it, because then you can use the Wi-Fi rather than using the data from your plan. So then when you're watching YouTube and Netflix at home, it's free. So for me, I'm going to be using Virgin Media because that's my particular one. So I'm going to be tapping Virgin Media, and then it's going to ask me for a password. Now, if you have a look at the back of your router, you will see the SSID. So on my one, the SSID is Virgin Media with all those numbers. Make sure you put in the one from your own router and not your neighbour's router, and it's going to ask for the password. So it might be down as password, it might be down as PIN, it might be down as passphrase, but it's going to be normally a series of letters or numbers that you need to put into it. So I'm just going to do that off screen now. So I'm going to type my password in here, and I'm just going to press join. Right, so I put my password in, I'm going to hit join. At the moment it's just wearing away now, trying to connect to it. And there you go, a little tick came next to it, and it now says it may take a few minutes to activate your iPhone. So I'll probably fast forward this if it does take a while. Your iPhone could not be activated because the activated server cannot be reached. Try connecting your iPhone to iTunes to activate it, or try again in a few minutes. If the problem persists, contact Apple support at apple.com/UK/support. So I'm going to go to try again. I mean, I can see I'm connected to Wi-Fi up here because I can see the symbol, and also I'm connected to Vodafone. Right, it looks like it's done more this time. It says location services. Location services allow maps and other apps and services like Find My iPhone to gather and use data indicating your approximate location. So do you want to enable that? Well, I'm going to put yes, but that's your choice. Touch ID. Use your fingerprint in place of your passcode or Apple ID password for purchases. Continue, or set up Touch ID later. So I suppose it depends on how many people are going to be using this phone. This particular phone is for my daughter, so I'm going to get her to do it. So I'm going to go to continue.
Yeah.
Now it says here, lift and rest your finger on the home button repeatedly. So you're going to have to be going on the home button. I'm not going to do it because it's going to be my daughter's phone, but she's going to be going pressing, 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 pressing. So on whatever finger you want to use. You want to use your thumb, okay? And you can see the pictures getting coloured in, like the fingerprints getting coloured in, bit by bit.
Almost there.
There we go. Adjust your grip. Keep going to capture the edges of your print. Continue.
No way.
And again, it's getting filled in bit by bit. I can see the red lines getting filled in.
All the way.
Touch ID is ready. Your print can be used for unlocking your iPhone. So I'm going to go to continue.
Yeah.
Now it says to create a passcode. Touch ID provides the convenience of security of fingerprint access. Occasionally your passcode will be required for validation. So in this one then, you're going to have to put in a passcode. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 6 digits. I'm just going to see if you need to use all those 6 digits. So I'm going to do that off camera now and then see what happens. Right, so it does have to be 6 numbers long. So you can't do, for example, like a normal PIN number, which is 4 numbers long. It's got to be 6 numbers long. Okay, so it says apps and data. Restore from iCloud backup, restore from iTunes backup, set up as a new iPhone, or move data from Android. So it's quite good that you can move it over from Android. I didn't realise that. What does restoring do? Your personal data and purchase content will appear on your device automatically. Well, like I said at the beginning, I've already got, well, my daughter's already got an iPod Touch. So I want the information, the apps, the games to go from here onto this phone here. So I'm going to do restore from iCloud backup.
Okay.
And now it's going to ask me for my iCloud sign in. So this is basically your Apple ID and password. So again, I'm going to be doing this off camera. Obviously, if you're setting this up as a new phone and you've never had any iPhone device, you are going to then have to set up an Apple ID and a password. So I'm going to do this off camera. Right, so I'm just going to hit next now. And it says here, a message with the verification code has been sent to your other devices running iOS 10 or later. Please enter the code to continue. So now, on my other device, because remember we're taking the information off this, it says here your Apple ID is being used to sign into an iPhone near Watford, England. Right, I don't want to show you all of this because it's got emails and stuff, but basically it says here, the Apple ID being used to sign in to an iPhone near Watford, England, and it has my username up the top there. So I'm going to have to press allow or do not allow. Well, I'm going to press allow because obviously you could be trying to connect into somebody else's account. And it's come up with the verification code here, which is 271411. So I'm going to have to enter in that code into the new iPhone 7. So I'm going to go 271. Obviously your code's going to be different. 411.
So do my ID.
Right, terms and conditions. Please read the following terms before using your iOS device. By using your iOS device, you're agreeing to be bound. These are just normal terms and conditions, so I'm going to go to agree. It may take a few minutes to set up your Apple ID.
What?
Right, so I'll probably be fast forwarding through this bit now because it's going to take quite a while to get all the apps and everything over to it. Now, while it's doing that, I'll just show you this little quick start guide, just to show you some features of it. So, on the left-hand side of the iPhone, up the top it says choose ring mode or silent mode with the ring silent switch. So here we do actually have a little manual switch. So rather than using the software on the phone, there's a little switch to put it to silent or ring, this bit here. And then we've got two buttons here, which are basically your volume buttons. And this button here is to turn the iPhone on. And here it says choose backup. Today at 9:56, and then it's got the name of the iPod Touch. So I'm going to hit this one here because this is the iPod Touch that I'm moving the data over from. It's coming up with restore from iCloud. And it says time remaining is estimated. So let's see how much minutes it comes up with. But it's still saying estimated, so I've got a feeling this is going to take quite some time. Right, it says here time remaining about 6 minutes. So that gives you an idea of how long it's going to be. Oh, now it's going down nice and fast now. Oh, there you go, 4 or 5 minutes. What I'll have to get for it as well is I'll have to get a case to protect it. And also I'm going to get myself a nice little tempered glass screen protector. You'll be able to get them from Amazon very cheaply. And then although there's still a chance if you drop